بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والحمد لله رب العالمين. Today we will start a new chapter that talks about the cost of purchasing. This chapter links the ideas of business administration or supply chain management with the principles of cost and auditing. We think about the discipline that usually students would like to study. If I go to the major of accounting, I can better understand my activities and my work if I studied the supply chain management and purchasing, especially the cost of purchasing, the cost of logistics. Here we can talk about numbers. We can have ideas about numerical problems, analyze the cost, think about the variations among the suppliers according to the cost items. We understand that and we respect most companies search and seek for better suppliers, try to find themselves new suppliers according to what we say it's the cost item. So the cost analysis, the cost understanding, the cost benefit, the value added for the organization, these are different names for the same issue, which is we want to better purchase our goods with suitable prices, and we want to compete in a world full of competition. So we need to better understand our value added to the items we will purchase, then we will deliver them to the final user, who is the customer. The first lecture in this chapter, we will talk about a structured approach for cost reduction. We have here chapter 10 that talks about the cost of purchasing, and this is the first lecture in this chapter. We will study three main ideas. The first one talks about the adding value, how we can add value to our purchases, how we can better understand the way of better purchasing in the market. We want to understand that the value divided by the price, the value perceived divided by the price, this is the real issue that we are looking for. This is what makes us take the decision to purchase. If the value is higher than the price, we will purchase. If the value is nearly the price, we are somehow going to purchase if we needed this item. But the value is lesser than the price, nobody will purchase it. A second thing that we'll talk about in this lecture, that cost, this is the cost reduction. The cost reduction, how we can better analyze the items we will purchase and try to compress the cost. How we can find ourselves a tool for decision making. We want to have our motives to purchase things, but another eye is how we can make deductions in the price that we will pay to the suppliers. A third thing, which is focusing effort. It means if we want to concentrate our efforts, if we have multiple items we want to purchase, and we want to concentrate these efforts of the purchase department and of our managers and of our budget, how we can select the most valuable things for the organization and give them the higher attention and effort in order to better analyze the suppliers and the commodities they provide, so we take the good decision. Things that are not that much of value for the organization, we will not put that much of effort on it. Let's see the details in our work, and we have another lecture that talks about the charts and the figures that make it simple and easy for us to understand the first section in this new chapter. Let's start with the details of the book. A structured approach to cost reduction, it means the operating cost in our facilities. As managers, we want to pay more attention for the procurement of goods and services that are more attractive to our operations, to our suppliers, to our competition, to our market share, to our customer satisfaction. We want to better improve our financial abilities, financial understanding, financial performance of our department. We want to face the problems that could occur according to the cost problems, better design our goods, better design our operations. We want to have long-term overview of our linkages with our suppliers and customers. This is a strategy for the business. Also, we want to have a good performance of our department, purchasing departments. The awareness of our employees of the importance of these departments, the managers, the facilities or the operation managers, better respect the logistics and the purchasing department because they support us with the strategic components and with the strategic partnership with the suppliers. It's a stage for developing a strategy for the whole process of the organization. Without our effort as purchasing staff, the operation inside the organization will stop, and the management, they can't take any more decisions regarding the better and effective and efficient operations of the organization. We want to, first of all, start with the word which is adding value. We want to add value for our purchases. Think about the value. It's the perceived value over the price paid. So this is the real value. The value, this ratio, all the time it should be understood by the people who work in the purchasing department. They want to see all the value, all the benefits, all the positive issues they will receive from these items divided by the price they paid. You can talk about commodities, you can talk about equipments, you can talk about multiple issues, and this is a realistic ratio. You can have it in your mind all the time. If the numerator bigger than the denominator, so you are in the right choice of purchasing. So this is why, this is a secret I want to tell you. If anybody goes to any shop, the sellers inside this shop will not discuss the price with you. All they do, all the focused efforts they perform simply is by initiating benefits for you, creating value for you, making this commodity is very important issue for your understanding, for your behavior, for your character, for your personality, for your overall look inside the society. So they try to give you impression that you will be a prince or princess. You will be a queen, you will be a king, you will be something special if you purchase this commodity. So this is the secret of the excellent salespeople. And finally, they will tell you that the price is nothing. You will pay it, but the value you will receive is a tremendous thing. So they create and they magnify the value for you. On the other side, they minimize the cost, the money that you will pay. So at the end, you got the commodity because of the value that you have in your mind. So take care. If you want to be an excellent sales person, you should think about the benefits and the value perceived. If you would like to purchase something, try analyze exactly the benefits that you will use, not they are telling you to use. So the problem of this equation talks about the relationship between these two issues and how you can better understand these two issues. Purchasing clearly has a major impact on the value added by materials entering the organization. This is what I'm concentrating my efforts to facilitate. The purchasing department, they should consider the benefits, analyze the benefits, go through all the details, understand all the phases of this commodities purchase and the relation of this supplier. Here we are concentrating on the purchasing goal and how we can compare these efforts with the price we will pay. We need to justify, give motives, give the items to be discussed with the management. We see that, this is the talk of the purchasing department, we see that these benefits, which are very huge in comparison to this simple price, we are recommending to purchase these commodities and to take the action right away. So you need to have a better analysis of the relationship between the cost and the benefit. The supplier is intending to give all possible efforts, services, commodities, support you need in order to get you money. So why not to better understand all the benefits of the commodities, all the machines that you will purchase for your money. So take care. This is a very important step, and the experience in this area gives you the ability to be a decision taker, and you will be engaged in multiple committees meetings in order to understand this secret. We are not discussing money, but we are discussing benefits. All the time, if you want to sell your service, your product, think about the benefits you will give for the others. Make these benefits valuable issues. I'm talking about marketing or sales now. Make it in the vice versa relationship. If you want to purchase anything, think all the benefits that you will get from this issue or from this equipment that you will purchase. Price analysis focus usually on the seller's price, and considering the cost in comparison to the benefits. The suppliers here are the secret players, the good players of telling the others we are the heroes of understanding our commodities. So let me tell you another secret. Why are some suppliers are more professional than other suppliers? Simply because the first suppliers, who are the professional ones, better understand their goods and services and equipments and materials. So they better talk about the benefits of their commodities and how they can give you the impression that you will take something very valuable from them. So you will take the decision with selected suppliers, which are the professional suppliers. And the newcomers, the new suppliers that comes to the market, or the suppliers that do not understand the commodities very well, they are back in the outside the market because they don't have something to tell others about their abilities, about the benefits, about the advantages that the sellers will receive from purchasing the commodities. So it's a matter of the knowledge. If you know, if you have the knowledge, if you have the better understanding of your commodities, you will talk about them freely, and the money will come easily. If you don't have things to tell the others about, so you are not doing any contract, and you are losing some customers. The cost analysis and the cost reduction and the price analysis, these are definitions today seems to be like each other. When you talk about the cost, considers each individual elements, the materials, the weight, the energy, the overheads, the profits, any item that is included all together up to the reach us to the final price. So we have a checklist of multiple items. The overall average is the cost analysis. You can make the vice versa, which is break down the cost. You got the $10, this is the cost for the item, you can break down the cost. How many dollars for the materials, how many dollars for the wages, for the energy, the overhead, and so on. When we talk about the price analysis, it's the process of comparing any supplier's price with the suppliers in the market, with the suppliers in the benchmark, with the suppliers with the competitors. This is the price analysis. So the comparison issue to see that your price is suitable, such as the market, or it's higher than the market, you should justify why. Lower than the market, so you need to justify why. So we have the cost analysis, the price analysis. These are very important definitions for the people who are working in the purchasing department. Again, this is a critical role for the accountants to work in. The cost reduction, all members of supply chain, they have an overall aim, which is we want to reach the final customer with suitable prices. So how the organization can perform this work, it's finally by minimizing the cost through the supply chain. So better working in the cost reduction, it means better analyzing our cost and our price. So finally we reach the customers with happiness with the product, plus he is very welcoming to purchase it from us again and again. So this is what we call a value analysis. The organization creates value, adds value to the cost until we reach the customers. We will talk about these figures in the upcoming lecture, in a separate one, but simply we here have the enterprise, and we have the suppliers, and we have the customers. We want to work hard with the suppliers until we reach the customers. How we can do this? We have a single and we have a strategic. A single company focus, and we have a strategic cost management. Well, we'll talk about it later on. This approach of moving from smaller point of view to a wide understanding of the market, from a narrow work to a wide market. We have limited number of customers to a wide number of customers, smaller market share to a big market share. We can negotiate the prices according to the benefits. We can compete with other competitors regarding our relations, better relations with the suppliers and external suppliers. So the supply is becoming a critical issue for the organization's survival and the organization's success. They can create benefits for the organization. If we can see that some successful organizations and benchmark organizations rely very heavily on their suppliers. The supply chain for their work has a collaborative point of view. What we mean by the collaboration or collaborative point of view, we are adding value from the suppliers to our work, and all these benefits are very significant for the organization and the supply chain, and finally it would reach for the customers. So it's a teamwork, a team-based. it's a value engineering, it's a supply development, it's continuous improvement, it's cross-enterprise cost reduction projects, it's a value created, it's brainstorming, it's focus group, it's meetings, it is new products, new designs, new suggestions, new programs, new ideas, new technology, a new tremendous look for the future. It's a vision to be number one in the market, or a benchmark or leader in the market. So these are the motives, these are the procedures, these are the approach that makes the organizations be in a suitable place in the future, in the eyes of the customers. It's very linked with the life cycle of the product, life cycle of the organization. It's the life cycle of the industry, life cycle of how we can convince the customers that we provide you with the good services and good products that you need. It's a need, satisfaction. So the cost reduction today plays critical role, also plus the quality, in order to reach the customer satisfaction. So the cost reduction, it starts here in the cost of production and the cost of purchasing. Technology, yes, plays a critical role in helping us minimize the cost and control the cost items. The supplier integration, this is a way of cost reduction. Standardization is another idea. The value engineering, it means we make some modifications in the design to make the product simpler. So this is what we say value engineering. The pieces of the product are fewer, so the elements engaged in the production are simpler, and we have a lightweight product or simpler design. For example, the TV before, it's not as the screens, or what we say the new TV today. We have a lighter, simpler, very attractive screens. Previously we have TV set, which is a very big one. So the designs for the manufacturing, also these things reduces the cost. During the production stages, purchasing are adopting new ideas and try to add values by, why not to make reduction in the cost? Why not to neglect some items from production? Why not to make the production and process simpler? Why not to think about the competitors' ways of work and try to find new ways of providing our goods? This happens by having what we say competitive bidding among the suppliers. We can negotiate the contracts with the suppliers. We can make some volume consolidation. So when we purchase more, we can get discount on the price. Think about the service contracts, focusing on some savings on the long term. Yes, I'm giving a contract with an information computer company. So because of the long term and we have multiple services, we have a special discount or some package. Some of these services are for free for the organization. During the life of the operation of the organization, purchasing looks all the time to create value for the organization from what happens in the environment. So keep an eye on the environment, keep an eye on the market, keep an eye on the suppliers and the competitors. This is also a very important role for cost reduction. So customers finally will be satisfied and receiving all the benefits that the purchasing department creates for the organization. The greater benefit also comes from involving the purchasing in early stages in the product development, in the design, in the process of production, in the samples. We have the suppliers accompanying the purchasing department within the production department to better understand how we can add value, new designs, new modifications, new simplifications for the products produced by the organization. The product development efforts for reducing cost from the items or from the services we need to produce our goods. It's a major decision today. And suppliers all the time are welcomed by the organizations and the procurement department to add values from their ideas. So this is a way of trust between relationships, this company with its suppliers. The suppliers already have some kind of prototypes, and they can make modifications for the prototypes because the benefits finally reach the organization. So usually organizations are looking for simple prototypes. These charts, we will talk about them in the upcoming lecture. So the contracts, finally when they are performed with the suppliers, it means it's a final stage discussing a whole process for engaging the suppliers with the production process through the and with the efforts and accompanying with the purchasing departments all the time. So this are the secrets, or what I say, it's the best practices usually organizations can have through the procurement departments. So the benchmarks companies uses the secrets and the abilities of a procurement department to better relations with the suppliers and cost control and reduction of the items or services received, and finally the customer is satisfied and very happy. The second thing we will talk about, the focusing effort. Organization usually try to focus. The third thing that talks about the focusing effort, that we want to focus our efforts among the alternative issues we have. Yes, we have a figurehead that this summarizes how we can focus on some certain items and neglect or minimize our efforts on other items. Usually, the items or the commodities that are strategic, that have the strategic importance for the organization, because the value is high and the number of suppliers presenting this commodity is low, so usually we make higher efforts here. And the efforts will be minimized on the other side of the story. So we want to give this simple piece of advice. Don't deal with the all purchasing process as the same importance or the same effort or the same manner. Try to make the things that you purchase, whether goods and services or services, make them into groups. Group them. Each group talks about, are they valuable for the organization? Do we have plenty of suppliers? So this is group number A that needs higher attention from us. And you can move step by step when you are concentrating the value of the products on and the availability of them by the suppliers. So typically, the higher value, still a competitive market. We need to put much effort and take our time to make the analysis of the benefit, and finally reach the decision that creates value for the organization. How we can create value? By cost reduction or controlling the cost. This is a very critical issue, moving from one commodity to the other, and it's very important issue for the organization's prosperity and to compete in the market. This is the beginning of the story that talks about the cost reduction. We have ideas, we have some formulas, we have some theories that talks about the cost reduction from the point of view of the cost, or the cost reduction from the point of view of the market. We have multiple things to talk about, and this is a very simple analysis of what we are expecting to see. We have some charts we want to analyze. We will have them in the upcoming lecture, and we have some theories. We have them in parts 1 and 2 that give you the ability and the secrets of how you can purchase and better perform your task inside the market. All the time consider this. If you are studying, if you are working, if you would like to continue your studies or have it as a profession, that the course thinks this chapter is a very important issue, whether you are in accounting side or in a business administration department. You need to think about the money, talk about the money, analyze the money, and have decisions according to the value created or the money issues. Thank you very much for your careful understanding. See you in the upcoming lecture, and goodbye.